Hi, this is Christy Marks, creator of Jem and the Holograms. You're listening to the Geekcast Radio Network.
Jem here, and I've jumped inside the pullback to discover the stories in my own comic, Jem and the Holograms, from IDW Publishing. Listen in as Mike, Aimee, and Nicole give their thoughts on the latest issue, who are all going to have a truly outrageous time inside the pullback.
Hello and welcome to The Pullbag. This is, yet again, another giant-size episode. We're combining episode 110 and 111 in this one podcast. I am your host, TFG1Mike. Joining me are LadyWreck. Hello.
Food fight, food fight, food fight.
That's later. That's much later.
Yes, but I'm hungry.
Aren't we all?
I literally just rolled out of bed and came onto the podcast today.
And of course, as you can hear laughing in the background, we have Nicole, Beatles, Diva, Hailstorm. Hello.
Aloha. How's it going?
It's going. And today we're going to be reviewing the next two issues of Jem and the Holograms from IDW Publishing, issues 4 and 5, which is part 4 and part 5 of the Showtime arc. This comic is, even though the wait time between releases seems like it takes forever, reading the comic itself, it goes by really fast.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
It does.
They're really fast reads.
Especially since this one kind of leaves on a cliffhanger.
Yeah. Well, you got to get some cliffhangers in there.
Well, the original show did it a lot.
I was going to say, it's just like a show.
I was so happy when I saw it. I was like, oh, just like the original show.
So we have 3 covers, I believe, because I only have 2 of them saved. I have the regular cover, cover A, which is Pizzazz, Roxy, and Stormer. On the front, they're doing... Oh, I really don't want to reference this, but I have to. They really needed a selfie stick for this cover.
No. It's Pizzazz. She's doing a selfie. She somewhat invited her compadres in, but we all know it's all about her.
Oh, absolutely.
True. And then there's the sub cover, which is Jem and the Holograms, along with Jetta and the Misfits. I'm not too sure about the subcover. I've been enjoying Sarah Richards' subcovers, but it seems like this is a little strange to me because you have all 3 bands. You have Jem and the Holograms, the Misfits, and the Stingers up in the right-hand corner there.
They're having a fight on the picture theme.
I love it.
Yeah,
and somebody's starting a fire. Who is that?
The fire. Where's
the very bottom?
Oh no, that's Clash. That's Clash's.
You think it's Clash? Oh, that's right. It's her.
Yeah,
that's right.
Clash.
It is. Okay, never mind.
She's burning the picture.
Yeah.
Now I remember when the solicits came out for issue number 4 here, and everyone on the Jem and Friends group page that I'm a member of, everybody went nuts. The Stingers! What are the Stingers? And they're like, Kelly Thompson and Sophie Campbell are like, yeah, not yet. Just because they're on a cover doesn't mean they're going to show up immediately.
But you should realize that all of Sarah Richards' covers are like homages.
Mm-hmm.
Well, right, yeah. Which cover do you gals like?
Wait a minute. Did we talk about the other one that's in there? That's by...
I actually have this one. It's the retail
Marguerite
Marguerite
Salvage?
Yeah, it basically, it's Jem in the main cover.
Jem on the Holograms,
yeah. And then
it's like a... Yeah, and I like it because it's just got a very fine look to it.
It's got kind of... a more... I don't know. I don't want to say anime-ish, but...
No, it's not anime.
No,
it's kind of like, I don't want to say 90s, but it's
Yeah,
kind of like
kinda.
a classic. It's almost like a classic 80s kind of cover. Like, hey, this is us, we're performing. And it's not really Little Miss Pink hair in the sing-alongs because her hair is
More
almost
purple,
purple in
yeah.
that.
She looks like
And
she's wearing more like a
and
violet.
yeah, and the earrings are blue. I don't know if I like that,
Well,
but
her earrings have been blue in all the new issues. Her earrings have been blue throughout the whole new series. When she's Jerica, they're red. When she's Jem, they're blue.
huh. I guess I must have missed that, folks.
I like her style. That's why I was like, I kind of like that cover.
I think Aja looks adorable.
Yeah, Aja looks great. So which one would you guys choose, Amy?
I think I'm going with the. I really like the. I like both. The Sophie cover.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the new one that we just kind of brought up by Marguerite.
Oh, okay. What about you, Nicole?
I like I said, I have the retail incentive one, just because
Yeah.
I like the look of it, even though I do like Sophie's, because Pizzazz is a total bitch and I love it.
She's awesome. Yeah.
No, but I picked up the retail incentive cover this time around.
For me, now that I look at the subcover again, I like it a little bit more. So that's probably the one I would go with. All right, so we get into this previously, and we have the previously page. I don't know. I mean, I almost wish they wouldn't do this for Jem. I mean, it's fine for the Transformers books because there's so much stuff going on in those. I'm not saying that there's nothing going on here, but I don't know. It just, I don't know.
The previously page? It's just nice because people are still just starting to get into this comic, so it's kind of nice for people that this is their first issue.
Yeah, I was just gonna say it'd kind of be good just in case, like, if they just found out, oh, there's a Jem comic and they didn't get the other two and they can't find the other two, this will give them at least a recap real quick about the other issue.
Or you're an idiot and you misplaced your number 3.
Yeah, that too.
That may or may not have happened to a certain someone on this podcast. I found out I accidentally filed it with my Transformers comics, so.
Oh God, can you imagine Swerve attending one of the Misfits concerts?
That'd be awesome.
Only if he has a Rainbow Dash with him.
Oh no. All right, so the guest list, we have Jem, Kimber, Shayna, Aja, Rio, Pizzazz, Jetta, Stormer, and Roxy, and we also have Clash and Blaze on there. And we start the comic, and they are getting ready for the next gig. What the hell is going on with Shayna's hair?
It's awesome.
It's cool. See, that's one thing I do love about this comic, because even just throughout one issue, they have so many different hairstyles and different fashion sense, and I love it.
They're girls. I love that.
I do too.
Yeah, I don't know, and I'm going to bring this up again when we talk about issue 5, because in issue 5, the problem, and I'm not trying to really nitpick this or make a big deal out of this, the problem I have with Shayna's hair is when we get to issue 5, it looks like the part that's afroed up or poofed out, it looks like it's just glued on in the next issue.
It does.
And the other side of her hair is all... It's just weird, people. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love Sophie Campbell's art here, but it's just weird. So we open this up, and Shayna, Aja, and Jerica are setting up and getting stuff ready, and Kimber ditches again.
Yeah.
Oh, Kimber.
Oh, that lovebird.
We have the Kimber Stormer thing going on. What do we think about this so far, before we get too far into what actually happens between the two of them in this issue?
With their relationship?
Yeah, with their friendship, potential relationship, etc.
I don't have any problem with it. I mean, it seems pretty typical of two young girls, you know? They're just hanging out, having coffee. They're trying to make things work out because they're supposed to not like each other, but it's kind of like a little Romeo and Juliet kind of thing going on, you know?
Yeah.
And see, here I was thinking the Greasers and I was thinking about the Outsiders for some odd reason.
Yeah,
West Side Story. Oh no.
Yeah.
There you go.
You know,
3 different references right there.
and you know what? You kind of feel like Stormer. I mean, she's just like, okay, I know where this may go, but she's like, it just it's not right now. But Kimber, being the Spitfire she is, she's like, she knows what she wants, and she's gonna go out and get it.
Mm-hmm.
So
I loved that about this. I was like, Kimber's like gonna mess up all your plans, Stormer.
Yep.
She's like, I saw her coming a mile away, and I just didn't want it to happen. And it's like, Kimber's like, no, it's happening. It's totally happening.
This is working out. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that this issue didn't cause more controversy online, because they kind of touch on the whole reading thing, and in the panel where they're talking, Kimber says about the other Misfits, not big readers, huh? No, I mean, I think they can read, probably, and I'm really surprised because, you know, the show, and again, this isn't the cartoon, this is the comic, I get that, but the show made it a point of showing us that Roxy couldn't read, and she eventually learned how to read. So I'm wondering if that is just a little in-joke and homage to that, or if that, I don't know.
I just think they're just. I know a lot of people that are like that, though. That they're just not. I mean, they like their movies. They like stories. They like audiobooks, but to physically sit down and read, it's boring to them.
Yeah, and they won't do it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Kimber and Stormer have a little moment where Kimber touches her hand, and Stormer's like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just can't. And she walks out on Kimber. We go to Super Late with Rick Tenenbaum. So, I guess it's, you know, the new Late Show.
Yeah.
Stephen Colbert.
That's awesome.
God. Yeah.
You know what? I wish it was Stephen Colbert, because you know what? I could see him being a person that would love to be in comic book form.
Nice.
So Roxy, Jetta, and Pizzazz are getting ready.
I love their hairstyles. They're
I do too.
really outrageous.
They're so punk. I love it.
Your hair there, Roxy, looks like it's going to stab somebody in the eye.
I've done that with my hair before. Not to that extreme. I don't have that thick of a hair, but I actually, one of my profile pictures was similar to that.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
They're so punk, and I love it.
Yeah. And Pizzazz gets pissed because she's looking for Clash, and we meet up with Clash and Blaze, and they are planning and plotting.
Oh, I think Clash is. Blaze is just like, don't get me into trouble, okay? I really like this gig.
Yeah. Oh, Blaze, I'm having a hard time remembering her.
She was never in it. I think she was planned for the next
She was planned for season 4, that's what it was.
Yeah, and she even had her own doll. She did have a doll out there, but she never did have a cartoon character created.
Now she does! Yay! First thing that came to mind was it's like a female sunset shimmer, except without all the crazy.
Exactly, I love it. Which actually is later on in.
I know. When I saw that, I was like, "Oh my gosh, I love these guys! Give them all a big hug! Oh my heck!" Oh.
I'm really surprised that they haven't introduced video yet.
They'll get there.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Let them.
They can't just throw the whole kit and caboodle into the first.
Yeah.
Well, true.
And I'm kind of glad that they're holding back a little bit and not doing that, you know, that they're kind of building it up. And because it's like, now it's exciting as when will they come in? I'm like, it's okay. I'm enjoying the story without having it all in there all at once. So.
So we get to more setup with Jem and the rest of the holograms, sans Kimber. And they're talking about how Kimber's late. And Kimber runs out of the coffee shop, runs after Stormer. They end up kissing.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they had this moment because it was like, oh, she left. It was like, oh, what a downer.
I know.
It's like, nope, it's not going to happen. I'm impulsive enough. Ah! No. Kiss.
She didn't want to miss her moment, you know?
Yeah. She's the one that smells the roses.
Now we have Nicole's favorite character of the entire series, cartoon and comic alike.
He's not that bad in the comic book form right now. Right now, okay?
Yeah.
So Rio and Jerrica have a moment. She introduces him to Shayna. And see, this is what I was talking about. The panel where the two of them are shaking hands. Mm-hmm. and Shayna's hair. It just...
I think it's typical of African-American hair. My African-American friends, my goodness, what they go through with their hair. Bless their souls. Mm. You're talking hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, no, I understand that. It looks really strange to me at times in certain panels here.
It's a cloud system.
Apparently.
No, I like it too because it's such a different, again, you know, because we're talking about we've talked about it before where, you know, they're girls, they have different fashion sense, they have different hairstyles. We just talked about how the Misfits hair are like really wild and cool. And, you know, I really kind of like it, to be honest, because it gives a little bit more texture to the different girls. They're not all the same. They are very, very different, and I like that.
So Jerrica, again, is still worried about Kimber being late, and Shayna tries to reassure her. She's not late yet. Go transform. You know, you need more room than we do. You need more privacy. And we then see the next panel of Kimber just running what looks like in her bare feet. Has she been in her bare feet the entire time?
No.
She's not wearing shoes in that panel.
Oh, Kimber?
Late.
Oh, yeah.
Kimber.
No, I think she has been.
Maybe she took them off, you know, so she could run faster. So late.
Yeah, I don't see him in her hand, though, in that panel, because her
no,
left
because
hand
if you look at her in the coffee shop, she's got massive stilettos on, so yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I bet you she just took them off and put them in her purse or something. I don't know. Girls do that all the time. You can't run in heels, you take them off and run barefoot.
Yep.
Although, in every movie that I've seen, they never do.
I think
you know, even if they're...
prove that wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Eventually, yeah.
So Kimber and Clash crash into each other. And she notices that Clash has a bunch of tools, which is not exactly waiter material.
Yeah, and it doesn't strike her then, why do you have these tools? Mm-hmm. You know? If it was Nautica, I'd say like, hey, yeah, can I borrow your wrench? But this is not Transformers.
Yeah, no. So we get back to the girls, the holograms. Rio brings in the coffee.
I love Asha so much on this page. First of all, I love how she's reaming Rio and thanking him at the same time. Plus, she has a picture of pizza on her shirt, which is even awesome. More awesome.
Oh my god, don't kill me, I'm here. Sounds like you guys waiting for a recording.
I'm here.
Look everyone, Kimber's here. And oh wow, I can't believe I never noticed that. You're right, they do change from pink to blue. The earrings.
Told ya.
I didn't notice it before. Oh. So we get Jem's appearance, and we get this whole thing that Nicole absolutely hates in the show, but I think it's going to turn out better in the comic.
I hope so.
I hope so.
I have hopes. I have my fingers crossed.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is Jem's shoes look really painful.
Or very comfortable. It could be one or the other. She's walking on stars. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that looks extremely painful because those just aren't heels.
Actually, if you think about it, she's just a hologram, so she's really not.
Oh, that's true. That's right.
She'll make it look really easy.
Very true.
I'm looking at this outfit. I'm like, that would suck if she has to run to the restroom.
Yeah. I don't know. I should just say Synergy Showtime's over.
If it was a real outfit,
Now I can go pee.
It would really suck.
Wow.
So, Rio and Jem meet. Not exactly starstruck kind of meeting, but they meet. We go back to the Misfits, and Stormer comes running in, and they're all looking at her like, and Pizzazz even says, "Where in the 7 hells have you been?" Maybe she was in Hawaii. I don't know.
We are on in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I love the expressions that they give Pizzazz. She has the best expression in this whole series. I love it.
Yeah, she does. And she's going to have a really good one. I think it's next issue in issue 5 when she blows up. I got to say, out of all of the Misfits, Stormer's hair is probably the tamest
Oh, yeah.
out of them all.
I just love that Pizzazz's earrings are like skeleton hands.
She loves her skulls.
Yeah.
So we have the Misfits performing, and then we have them talking to the promoter guy, I guess. Let's see. Who is that guy? Yeah,
he's
the MC or whatever.
Well, that's the guy of the show.
Yeah.
The Stephen Colbert wannabe guy. Rick Tannenbaum.
Rick Tannenbaum, that's right. And no, I guess it's this issue that the blow up happens because, wow. When he asks her the question about seeing Jem and the Holograms, and he says, "They're very good," Pizzazz just blows up, and it looks like her skeleton hand earrings are just holding her cheeks in.
I love the expressions they use for her. It's amazing.
Have you guys gotten used to the whole song lyrics being able to read what they're singing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's all right.
It's pretty much
sometimes
comic book form.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to be able to put it in there because it's music we can't hear. So the fact that they're doing it like that, I kind of like it.
Yeah. I mean, I like it. I think it's cool. It's just sometimes it's a little hard to read, but that's all right. So we have Pizzazz blowing up, and then we have Jem and the Holograms performing, and then crash. The whole stage, the whole lighting is coming down right on Jem, and we close out the issue. I like this one. I think it's a good issue. I think some of the art stuff is... I know I'm nitpicking the hell out of the hair stuff, but other than that, I really do dig the art. I love the difference in the art styles for the song visuals between Jem and the Holograms and the Misfits. The writing is damn good. I like that Kelly and Sophie are doing this whole thing with Kimber and Stormer. It's a whole new take on their kind of friendship relationship, because that's what I'm wondering is, are we going to get to a point where they're going to go off and do their own thing like they did in the show?
Probably.
I hope they do. They'll have a whole arc that's dedicated to that, and I'll be like, yeah, awesome.
What did you think of issue 4, Nicole?
Of course, I enjoyed it. I really like it. I love that you could see the relationship building between Kimber and Stormer. I kind of want to know more of the background story between Clash and Blaze, because they've had a history. So I'm looking forward to that. And of course, you got the typical cliffhanger ending that you've seen in Jem and the Holograms, which is awesome. So.
Absolutely. What about you, Amy?
I loved it. I got to the end and went, where's the next one? Dang it.
I know.
Like, wow, that was a fast read. I was like, oh. Okay.
It was.
That's what I was.
Give me
That's what I was.
Give me more.
That's what I was saying at the beginning.
Have to be like Kimber and start running all over the place trying to find the next issue.
That's what I was saying at the beginning of the podcast, that these are really fast reads, but the time in between the releases is like,
I know.
Like, I know this will never happen, because I don't think John would ever let it happen. I almost wish this was a weekly series. I really do.
Do you want to kill off Sophie?
No, I know. I know.
You just can't do that to an artist.
I know. What else did you have, Amy? Anything else you want to bring up?
No. That I pretty, like I said, I got to the end and went, crap, we need the next one.
We do have 2 more bios in this at the back of this issue. We have one for Rio Pachenko, who is 24. He is 6'2". Apparently he plays guitar badly. He loves his motorcycle, sci-fi, classic horror movies, snowboarding, surfing, comics, vintage t-shirts, cat gifs, and cereal. He hates divas, Hawaiian pizza, hospitals, bullies, and marshmallow peeps.
See, I can't like it because of that.
Calendars. Oh, sorry.
He doesn't like peeps. Come on.
Oh.
I don't like
go.
peeps either, so he's kind
What?
of...
What kind of people are you, man?
I'm not a Jell-O fan either, so sorry. No, but I was thinking...
That's why you had to leave Utah, huh?
Yeah, kind of had to do that. Kitten calendars. He likes kitten calendars.
I love it.
Sorry, that was funny.
His prized possession is a custom motorcycle he is building from both vintage and new parts, a bike worthy of Mad Max. Oh, what a lovely day.
Yeah.
And he is voted most likely to discover your secrets.
That's sinister.
Well, my voice is behind it, but yeah.
All secrets except for who Jem and Jerica are the same person.
Come on now.
Or you know what? Maybe they'll take a different turn with it. He'll find it out, I don't know.
All right. The other profile we have here is profile for Synergy, which is a little strange, but okay. Name Synergy, age approximately 7. Okay, so she's a 7-year-old. Height is variable. She either plays no instruments or all of them, depending on your perspective. She loves the holograms. Hates hopefully nothing. It would be pretty dangerous if a powerful AI hated anything, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
made me laugh.
A glitch in the Matrix with her. A glitch in the Matrix with her. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Voted most likely to get you out of a jam, any jam.
Fun times.
Yep, absolutely. Overall, I love Jem and the Holograms #4. I do have a few issues with it, but other than that, I really did enjoy it. It was a fun read. I'm probably going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Just because I just can't get past the hair thing. I'm sorry.
You're knocking it 2 points, over 2 points because of hair.
Hey, I've done worse for less.
I know. I still don't understand that about you, but.
What about you, Nicole? What are you gonna give it?
I'll probably give it 3.5. Like I said, no, but I mean, I'm not gonna knock it down because of hair. It's a good read. It was a really quick read. It seems, I don't want to call it simple, but it's a good setup to what's going to be coming up.
Yeah, absolutely. What about you, Amy?
Well, I flipped to the last page, especially since, hey, we got a cliffhanger. You flip to the thing, it says next month, and you've got Kimber and Stormer, like, with food all over them. And I was like, food fight! I was like, oh, gosh, I can't wait. I'm going to give this a 4, just because I was really happy with quite a few things that happened in it. So, yeah. The kissing, the pizzazz face, just everything. So I'm like, you know what? It's a good, quick read. And, yeah, but I'm like, yeah, I love it. Give me more of this. It's a 4.
All right, we're going to take a quick musical break as we head to Hawaii. We'll be back with issue 5 after this.
So let's say you're looking for a podcast of your favorite 80s comic books, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Ninja Turtles, He-Man, etc. Where are you going to go to find us?
Welcome to Star Joe's Podcast. I'm your host, Ryan.
And I'm Chuck. That's right, everybody. We're the Star Joes. We host a podcast called Star Joe's Podcast, where we talk about your favorite comic books, your favorite toys of all the 80s properties.
Star Wars, G.I. Joe, Transformers, Mask, Thundercats, Voltron, you name it, we cover it. If it's in the 80s, we'll cover it at some point.
Yes, so what you want to do to find us, you can go to iTunes, you can go to www.starjoes.com.
And remember, the Force will be with you.
Because knowing us is half the battle.
We're misfits in Hawaii, singing a Hawaiian song. We're misfits in Hawaii. We wear a sarong, but it looks so wrong. We're misfits in Hawaii, seeing the Hawaiian sights. We're misfits in Hawaii. We spend all of our nights scratching insect bites. We've been to the beach and returned, and oh, did we get burned? Ouch! We bask in the tropical breezes. We got 7 tropical diseases. We're misfits in Hawaii, sleeping in Hawaiian huts. We're misfits in Hawaii, turning into Hawaiian nuts. We're misfits in Hawaii. We're misfits in Hawaii. We're misfits, misfits in Hawaii.
So issue number 5 of Jem and the Holograms comes with 3 covers. Cover A is what Amy mentioned earlier before the song break.
Food fight! Sorry, yeah, I love that.
Food fight. The food fight is cover A. We have a tabloid magazine look-alike for the retail incentive cover, with supposedly the movie, what's like a different version of the movie character for Jem. And it has the talent behind the Misfits, future unstoppable pop stars or one-hit wonders, all that. And who is Jem? And then the subscription cover is Jem and Rio and the Rockin' Roadster. This is the first time I think we've ever seen the Roadster, whether on a cover or in the comic itself.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah, I think you're right.
Yeah.
Rio's looking very Rio.
Yeah, the one that I want to punch in the face, Rio.
Oh, come on now.
No, really, I'm serious.
Come on now.
What? If you could hate over something hair, 2 panels of hair, then I could hate over Rio, who gave us 3 seasons of hell.
3 seasons of hell.
Yes.
Like the 3 degrees of, or the 3 levels of hell,
Yeah.
It's 3.
So pick a cover.
Oh, there's more.
Nicole.
Did you see the retail incentive one?
You talked
Yeah,
about
I
it?
mentioned that.
Or the CVR retail?
Oh.
There's another one. There's a 4th one.
The
It's
retail exclusive? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa, that's kind of cool. Basically taking it and like making like a toy thing. I was like, oh, that's kind of awesome. I like that.
Yeah, it's the
With
the
flashing
doll.
gemstone earrings.
Yeah, the doll case. It's kind of like what they did with the Star Wars. What Marvel did with the Star Wars comics. They made it look like the old toy packaging with action figures of the characters inside. Yeah, I didn't like that one too much.
I just looked at it and went, oh, how cool. It's a advertisement of a toy advertisement.
Yep. So pick a cover, ladies.
I'm gonna go with the food fight one because I loved it. The minute I saw it, I was like, I am all over this cover. This is great. That's my favorite one.
What about you, Nicole?
I love that one too.
I gotta go with the subcover. It's because this is the first time we've seen the Roadster in the comic, so I'm gonna go with the the subcover there.
I like the fact that each cover speaks to us differently.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the point,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. It would be like sad if we were all picking the same covers every single time. I'd be like, oh man, we're kind of boring about this, aren't we?
So this is part 5. We open up with the previous page, and this really worked out. Like last issue's previous page, I don't know what it was. Maybe it's because it's been so long since I've read between issue 3 and 4 that the previously page really didn't grab me, but this one did, because they recapped it really well with using the the Stormer Kimber kiss in the upper right hand corner, and then Pizzazz's freak out in the next panel, and then obviously the stage crashing.
Mm-hmm.
Same guest list: Jem, Kimber, Shayna, Aja, Rio, Pizzazz, Jetta, Stormer, Roxy, Clash, and Blaze. And we, thank God, we pick up pretty much where we left off.
But Rio is not rushing to the screen to the stage.
Not yet.
He's not playing superhero.
Nope.
Not yet. He's a reporter.
Yeah, I know.
Aja is the one that plays the superheroine, and basically dives. Which, that's one thing I like when not if, but when we get Kelly Thompson on the show to interview her. We need to ask her about the whole hologram thing, because Aja just dives right after Jem, and she actually grabs her. So if Jem is supposed to be a hologram, I don't know, it's, if it's, hard light projection, fine, but if it's supposed to just be a visual thing, then that's a little weird.
Well, there is a real person underneath all that,
I was gonna say,
right?
that Jerica's still underneath that light. So.
She is, yes, but, wouldn't that mean if someone touched it that it would disrupt the hologram and people would see that she's Jerica? That's my question here.
I think you're putting too much thought into it.
Yeah, because that never happened to the cartoon either. So, I mean, look,
Sure.
Rio had his hands all over her in the series. It somehow works. I mean, they're kissing.
I don't think that they're gonna. Yeah, I don't think that they're gonna give them hey, this is how it really works in a real world sense that we can really tangibly go, oh, okay. Because I don't know anybody. I don't think that they have any technology out there that actually makes a real hologram like that.
No, it's just Synergy's that good.
Yeah, she's just that awesome.
That too.
Don't you dare diss Synergy.
I didn't. I never said anything. I just question, because they mention earlier in one of the other issues that it's just a hologram. So the way that it was said in the other issue, it wasn't issue 4, but it was one of the other ones. The way it was said was like, oh, well, it's something that's not really here. It's like, playing tricks on someone's eyes or something. And I'm like, oh, okay, so that means it's not really real. But apparently it is. So Aja gets injured by trying to save Jem. And somebody asks, where's Jerica? And we get a show's over synergy. And she transforms back.
I liked that. I was pretty happy with how they did that. Oh, cool.
That's a cool design. I really like how they did that.
That's a great panel. A great 2-part panel here where she says showtime's over synergy.
And it blends into... Yeah.
That's awesome. So you've got the holograms all freaking out. Aja's getting into the ambulance.
And she's like, I'm okay, really, I'm okay. You lost consciousness. They're taking you to the hospital. Just go with it.
Yeah. We get a point where, who says it? Rio says it. What happened to Jem? And this is where Jerica calls on Synergy to project Jem, and this is where Nicole's hate's going to start, I guarantee it. Because he's like, why would she just abandon you guys? And
actually,
this is what Rio says.
Actually, it's going to surprise you. I'm taking his side because I understand where he's coming from. I know.
Oh my God.
No, the thing is
Ladies
he's
and gentlemen, the world is about to break. Nicole actually is taking Rio Pachenko's side. Holy crap! Stop the presses.
for a moment, because this is comic book Rio. Okay. So, but yeah, I mean, she is part of the band. I mean, I'm hoping he's putting this together. He's a news reporter. He's supposed to be smarter than this. So I'm hoping that I mean, yeah, I kind of understand where he's coming from, in a way. All the band members are like, even other people, the spectators are like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And Jem's just like casually walking into a cab.
I like her explanation, though. It says,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
do
know,
too.
maybe trying to avoid the cameras, because yes, this is going to be a media circus, and if, let's just say, hypothetically speaking, she's trying to keep her identity kind of a secret or whatever, and doesn't want to get stuck in all of that, you know, she would get into a cab.
Oh, very true.
Yeah.
So we, as Rio attends to Jerica's scratches on her legs.
Also, I liked her explanation as well.
Yeah.
So she's
She
got
could've just said,
herself
I'm bad
covered.
at shaving.
We have Blaze calling Clash, asking her if she did this. We then go to the Misfits mansion or house or whatever, and Pizzazz is asleep, and I've never understood the whole circle bed thing. I just never understood that. So she wakes up and she realizes they're more famous than ever now.
Well, that's
love
because
her
she gets a
pajamas.
text.
Yeah.
I want those pajamas.
Oh,
What,
yeah.
Pizzazz's? The
Yes.
skull-
Yes,
the
I want those
skulls.
Her
pajamas.
pajamas, if they don't eventually make one of those, I will be really disappointed.
I know.
It's like, oh my goodness. Whoever's idea it was to make that, if it's Sophie's, I'm like, I love you, Sophie. Please make this real. I don't care if you have to call like her universe. Somebody, please make these pajamas. Those are awesome.
I love them. Yeah, I want a pair.
With the hood and everything. The
for
skull
sure.
hood. Oh my gosh, this is brilliant. I would wear that. I would wear that out in public too at a con.
For sure. I was thinking that, I'm like,
No,
that'd be
you
perfect
wouldn't.
convention wear right there.
Oh yeah.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, you
I
don't think
do it.
so?
Are you challenging me?
Yup, I am.
All right, they make those. I will buy a pair and I will wear it to a convention.
Me too. I'll be there.
I'll take pictures.
The Misfits are all reacting to this, and Pizzazz is reacting a little bit more than everybody else is, because I think it's Jetta that says, "Who reads a newspaper anymore?" And Clash asks, Stormer asks, was anyone hurt? And Pizzazz like, oh, they're basically all fine.
I love how dramatic Pizzazz is.
It's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time something is just like, she's like, oh, and she throws herself on the ground and she's like, oh, they're fine, but it's the fact that they're more famous than me.
No, I love it.
She's such a drama queen.
Yeah. And she's like, if I could ever get my hands on whoever did this, I swear, why do you even care?
You're not looking into the eyes of Pizzazz. Of course.
No, that's
her.
right. No. But that's what Jetta asks.
Oh.
Is what, that's what Roxy says.
Okay.
Is why do you even care? And it's just one of those crazy things. And I do just love the reactions, and I don't know, it's just crazy. But when did they get a cat?
Oh, it's her cat.
Has the cat always been there? Because this is the first time I've noticed it.
This is probably the first time the cat's been there, but the thing is it's because in the first, you see the cat on her bed. My guess is the cat's always like in her bedroom. Because
this is the first time we've actually seen them at home, I guess. They've always been out and about.
Yeah.
So we go to the hospital, and Aja wakes up and is smiling because she sees the holograms along with Jerica just sleeping at the end of her bed with her.
I loved that. I was like, oh, that's so cute.
Yeah.
I can see why she smiled. I was like, yeah, those are my girls.
Yeah, and then the coffee boy comes in.
He's Mr. Latte.
Again. Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Latte.
He's found the key to Aja's heart.
Yeah, coffee. We have a moment with Synergy here, which is somewhat interesting. At the same time that that's happening, we've got... oh, wait, where's this song coming from? Is this... That's Jem's background colors, so...
Yeah, well, if you turn the next pages, you can see that they're writing the song lyrics for the competition.
Oh, that's right. It's... Okay. And as they're doing this, I love all these panels that they show.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
As they're writing the song, you've got Stormer looking at a picture on her phone of Kimber. You've got Pizzazz playing with her cat. You've got the rest of the Misfits jamming out. You've got Clash flipping through records, I believe. Yeah, she's at a record store.
Yeah.
You got Shayna drawing designs. That's nice. That's a nice little touch there. So I wonder if whenever we get to a Shayna-centric story arc, if that's going to come back to see.
Well, it was in her bio as well.
Well, right, yeah. But I mean, again, like you guys said, this is only the first arc of the story. You can't focus on every single
Well, I know
character,
that, but I'm
so-
just saying it was mentioned in her bio.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is it's not a main focus so far. The main focus has always been on Jerica, Jem, and setting up the whole secret thing so far. So I'm wondering if at a future date we're going to get an issue based around Shayna's designing and all that stuff. So that'd be kind of cool.
What I liked about this is Pizzazz is actually relaxed and happy.
For once.
For once, and I love it.
Yep.
Yeah, when she has a cat with her.
Yeah. Kimber's at the beach in one panel. Or no,
No, that's
is
Blaze.
That's Clash.
No, that's,
Or-
that's
Blaze.
Blaze. No, that's Blaze. Blaze is at the beach.
I think she probably just lost her job.
Yeah,
She has that
probably.
look of like, damn it.
Jetta is
She owes me
punching
for doing that.
Yeah, Jetta is punching a punchy bag with Roxy holding the bag. That's right. Roxy's always left holding the bag. We have Kimber and Stormer getting closer and closer as time goes on. And by the time all this ends, we see them actually performing the song.
Practicing, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like this.
It was a good way to show a pass of time. I'm guessing
Yeah.
like a couple of days or something like that. Or even a week
absolutely.
or two.
Yeah, absolutely. And I love how it focuses on, but it doesn't necessarily have to in-depth focus on every single character.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this person's... It's almost like if the bands or if the characters broke up and they went their separate ways. We're seeing it, even though it's a passage of time, you're seeing it as this is what every person's... It's kind of like one of those, where are they now kind of things. Like, oh, this person is off doing this now, and this you know what I mean?
What would they be doing in real life, over that
Yep.
time span? And yeah, like each of them have their own... And it almost you get a chance to kind of see character snaps as well. Like you said, the thing about Shayna drawing designs and Pizzazz is reading a book with her cat, so that's yeah, she can read.
Yeah. So we get to a point where they're all set and they decide that this is the song they rehearsed is the song for the Battle of the Bands. We get to a point where they all have to set up, and apparently Kimber is starving.
I'm starving.
I have friends that are like that too. You're just
Now this next panel that's coming up is something I had to post on Facebook for you guys, because as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh yeah, Amy's gonna want to see that.
Well, it's Amy's favorite band.
Yeah, they find out that they have a trailer, and apparently the trailer is for
It's a community trailer, yeah.
Yeah, it's a community trailer. We have the trailer for the Limp Lizards, Ninjas of Loretto, and Gem and the Holograms. So as soon as I saw the Limp Lizards, I'm like, oh, Amy's gonna be happy about that.
Yeah, I just saw that one. Yay! I'll be there! Awesome!
I love it.
The trailer is jam-packed with these bands. Oh.
Yeah, that's not gonna
I love it.
work.
I can't wait to see more of these guys.
And this is where Shayna's hair turns into the,
Yeah.
It's just odd.
Oh, okay. Last issue I'll forgive. Okay, I'm not going to change my rating on it, but last issue I'll forgive. This issue, in the panel where Shayna says to Kimber, "Do not eat too much," and Kimber says, "No promises." If you look at that panel, she's got the bottom part of her hair, which is kind of straight back, and then she's got this big purple piece of cotton candy on top of her head.
I was going to say, it's like cotton candy. She can eat it,
Yeah.
She's just got a lot of hair.
Yeah.
It's just that there's no texture to it. Whereas in the past, we've seen they've given it texture.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
just looks like a big blob, and that's the reason why. I mean, they did put a little bit of coloring difference on it, so I will say that they did do that. But for her hair being so perfectly spherical, it just seems like I'd want a little bit more texture to it, just to see that it's got stuff to it, And that's the reason why I think it stands out as really odd, is because the only thing we see is that there's a little lightness on it from the coloring. And it's not bad, it's just that it just looks odd, and it stands out just because it doesn't have much variation to it. So
I think the problem is the positioning of it.
And that too.
There isn't more of her hair. Like, the last issue, it seemed like there was two... Well, last issue, it seemed like there was more of the poof covered up all of her head. Like, there was two different parts to it. This issue, it looks like in the middle of the night, Kimber woke up and said, "Oh, I'm going to give Shayna a haircut," and cut half of the cotton candy off her head.
I mean, I know it's basically they took her hair and put it really tight against her skull, and then the rest of it's just poofed out in one part. But it's just again, there's no variation to it, and it just stands out a little bit more than it should. But it's okay because they changed their hairstyles so much in here. We'll probably only get it for this issue, and then we'll go back to wherever it was.
Yeah, and I mean, like I said, I'm not trying to make a big deal out of the hair thing, but it's just one of those things where it looks like she got a bad haircut, because the poof part of her hair, it's only on one side, and it just looks weird.
She's just got the side pony, I tell you.
If you keep looking, though, I mean, like if you go a couple pages down, they do a few more variation things to it, where you get closer to it and you can actually see stuff, and I like that. But from a distance, it's just like crazy. It looks odd. That's all.
Aja wins a My Little Pony,
which is awesome.
There's the sunset shimmer that I was talking about.
She looks a lot like Blaze.
Yeah, she does. So, they're talking about Rio for Jerrica and Jem, and they're talking about should they tell him the secret. And this is where Nicole says,
"Yeah, they should, but they're not going to." Honestly, I don't think they should, because they still don't know him that well. He is a news reporter. They don't know if he's just trying to get in to make a scoop for,
Yeah. I'm hoping by the end of the second arc he finds out. The second story arc coming up, starting at issue 7. I'm hoping that he does find out eventually, because we cannot have however many issues of this comic going back and forth and back and forth.
Oh, that will drive me up the wall. You all know that already, so.
Oh, I know. I know.
I just want to know, let's see. Jerrica has a Rainbow Dash. Aja has a Sunset Shimmer. What are the other ones going to get? Because now it's a thing, okay? It's a thing. You've got 2 issues where it's happened, so now we have to give ponies to the rest of the ladies.
I'm waiting for Jem and the Holograms to cross over into My Little Pony. Because they've actually had a lot of other IDW characters in My Little Pony, so...
Let's just say, I was sitting reading this in the car, and my son behind me saw me on this page and said, "It's Sunset Shimmer!" And I was like, yes, it totally looks like Sunset Shimmer, doesn't it? So the fact that they bounce around don't say, that it's a pony, it just kind of like, oh, come on, guys, just call it.
We all know.
We all know what it is.
And plus, IDW has the license for both
Exactly,
properties.
and that's what I explained to my son. I was like, well, this comic is by IDW. He's like, is that a My Little Pony comic, Mommy, that you're reading? I was like, no, it's a Jem and the Holograms. And they're like, anyhow. And I told him that. I said, IDW has the license for both, so it doesn't surprise me that we're seeing those in here. And he's like, oh, okay.
So, did Aja just bump into and meet Craig Phillips?
Maybe.
No, seriously, the guy with the blue hair that bumps into her with the... but they don't actually say that it's Craig.
No.
Because we then cut back to Rio and Jerica on the Ferris wheel or whatever it is.
They've totally got their thing going.
Yeah. And they start arguing. They have a fight, and...
Their first fight? Oh!
First fight. Only took 4 issues to get it in, but their first fight happens in issue 5. And the funny thing is, the whole fight thing, I can hear Samantha and Michael's voices in my head with the fight. So the Misfits get introduced, and damn, these outfits look totally out there.
I love them. I love each
like
and every single one of them. I'm like, man, I wish I could get away with that. I really do.
And we have the eyes and hair of the holograms, but no noses or mouths. I guess they're kind of shocked in that panel where Jerica says, I think we should introduce ourselves, right? So they go to introduce themselves. And
that's not going to go out very well. I was like, oh no, you're going to introduce yourselves. They're like, oh, Jerica, you have no idea.
Yeah. And then Kimber starts going crazy because she recognizes Clash, because Clash is the girl at the Starlight benefit. And this is where the food fight starts.
Love it.
Because...
let's just say, Jerica, when she extends the hand to Pizzazz,
yeah.
they just a total stare down between the two bands.
Yep.
I was just like, I can just hear the West Side Story stare down here.
Yep.
They're gonna, snapping the fingers in the background.
Yep. Pizzazz
it's gonna
is
rumble.
Yeah. Pizzazz is like, And she doesn't even...
She doesn't say anything. She doesn't even acknowledge her. She just
She doesn't even
stares at her.
acknowledge them.
Yeah.
She scolds Clash for taking too long with her coffee, and that's where Kimber is like, oh my god, that's the girl!
Yeah.
From the Starlight benefit. And...
Something that she didn't want Pizzazz to know either, because remember, not too long ago, she was saying, if I find the person that made this happen, I'm gonna strangle them! Yeah.
Yep.
That's Clash.
And like I said, Kimber and Stormer have their first fight here. And Stormer's like, I had nothing to do with it. And Kimber picks up a pie and throws a pie in Stormer's face. Pizzazz's face. I'm sorry, Pizzazz's face. That might be the best panel ever of the full on. I might actually have to take a screen cap of this and put it in the post, because Pizzazz with a pie in her face and her screaming. It's like she's wearing one of those nighttime mud masks or something.
I picture something more horrific, like her face melting off.
God, she's the Wicked Witch of the West.
Yes, she
Okay,
is.
wait. This podcast, we've had so many references to so many different things now. Oh, damn.
And most of them were musicals.
Yep.
Yeah. I think the only thing we're missing is Bye Bye Birdie.
We can make it happen.
So, Pizzazz gets a pie in her face, a big purple pie in her face, and then Kimber throws another one, and Roxy gets a big pink pie in her face. How you feel about that, Roxy?
Hey, if it tastes delicious, that's fine.
And Pizzazz starts... Wait. Who the hell threw a pizza?
She had a pizza,
Pizzazz?
I thought. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. She had a pizza. Okay, so I see. The image is her hands coming down after she threw it, and then in her other hand is the... Okay, I got it. And that hits Aja. This is just good, all kinds of fun, because Aja comes back with cake, and
Having a
Stormer
pie.
and...
Cake works.
If you would have handed her anything, I think she would have tossed it anyhow. And everybody gets something on them.
Except for Clash, which is ironic because that's who they were going for. That's who Kimber was going for.
Somebody needs to take these two panels. I can screen cap them, but somebody needs to take these two panels of them showing Jem and the Holograms and the Misfits with, like, Jem and the Holograms on the left-hand side and the food's on the right. And the food is on the left-hand side and the Misfits are on the right. Somebody needs to take those and make one giant image, because that's going to look... I wish instead of this being two separate panels that it was one giant splash page, kind of like how the end is here, with all the food going. And Clash just is like, what did I do?
She knows what she did.
Yeah.
The thing is it just didn't happen to her. It happened to between the bands.
Yeah. On the digital version of this issue, I do not get any bios.
There's no bios.
And I do.
Yeah, there's no bios.
And I do not get next month's cover or next issue's cover.
I didn't get a tease of that either.
Okay.
So.
I have it.
Oh, you got it.
I've got the physical copy.
That's why.
So basically, it says next month. It has Pizzazz looking absolutely pissed off.
Yeah, I know what the cover is. I'm just saying in the digital version, it's not there.
Okay. Yeah.
Which kind of stinks. I wish that the digital version would have everything that the regular version has.
Yeah, the digital version come with the hologram letters?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It comes with one thing, but it doesn't come with the other thing. That makes no sense to me.
It's logistics.
Once I get John on the hot seat, maybe I can ask him about that stuff. I mean, hey, if he'll print a bad letter, a really negative letter, then anything's game, right?
Well, that's because you have to be fair to everybody. If you only have the good stuff and none of the bad stuff. And I like the fact that they rebuttal to some of it too. So it's like,
Yep. All right, so we're 5 parts into this 6-part story arc. What are we thinking so far as the progression of the comic ladies?
You ask me? Or go for it, Amy. Go ahead.
Whoever.
The progression of where it's going, is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, I know the arc right now, we're going toward the Battle of the Bands, but I'm fine with that. I mean, I don't know. I think we're building quite a few things right here. I mean, we're building up relationships. We're building up some, enmity between the bands. I think we're building toward some pretty fun stuff, that we'll get to see pay off further down the line. I mean, the fact that they, started at the very beginning of it all, I mean, there's just so much that they can start. Pizzazz is going to take this as they attacked us, and it's just going to build from there, and, it's going to cause everything. I don't know. We're building to some fun stuff. Let's just say that.
What about you, Nicole?
Oh, it's a good startup. It's got my attention. I've got some questions which hopefully we'll get answered, or there's some subtle hints about what could come in the future. Like I said, The reason why I'm liking it is I don't want to rip Rio's face off just yet. So that's a plus, you know. No, but the character development is really great. I mean, just in these few issues, you know who these people are, you understand who they are, what their interests are like, and their personalities, and I really like that. It's amazing what you can do in 5 issues. That's
So
A food fight in 5 issues. There you go.
yeah, it's awesome. It's a food fight.
I'm actually kind of surprised that it was the holograms that started it. Well, Kimber specifically.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, that's something that.
Are you
Misfits.
really that surprised, Amy? Though with
Well,
this
she's
version of Kimber,
This version of Kimber, not, but like, you know, because in the show, it was always like the holograms would never start something like that. But
yeah,
I kind of
But I
like the
think
little variations like that because it doesn't show them as these, you know, goody little two shoes. They are vulnerable characters, just like the Misfits, and you know, so I'm glad that they're kind of breaking up a little bit and showing them as like, you know, they could just as easily make mistakes. Like, well, and you know, they made mistakes in the show too, but I don't know. There's just something about it that just gives it a genuineness to it that I like. So, yeah.
So we've got that going on. We've got the food fight, and that's how this one ends. What would you rate this one, Nicole?
I really like this one. This one's up there. I'd say this is a 4.5 for me because it's just so much fun. The expressions that they have, the pajamas. There you go. If you could knock down points for hair, I'm upping points for pajamas. No, I had a lot of fun with this. It really is fun.
What about you, Amy?
Amen to the pajamas. I'm going to give it a 4.5 as well. So, yep.
4.5s all around. This is just really, really fun. It was so fun. And we actually, you know, like I said when we were talking about it, we actually get to see the two bands meet and how they meet because of what Kimber realizes. And I honestly think she was justified in throwing the first pie because Clash did try to kill them. Aja almost died. Maybe not, but that's being a little too dramatic. But still,
she could have died. She could have died.
Could have died.
This is what road rage causes, you know? You could have killed me!
Yes, exactly. All right, folks, we're going to take one more song break. We're going to come back with final thoughts and to tell you what's going on with the Jem and the Holograms coverage here inside the Pull Bag and on Showtime Synergy. We'll be back after this. We are back, and it's time to inform you, the good people, of how Jem and the Holograms is going to be covered inside the Full Bag and on Showtime Synergy. We did issues 4 and 5 with this podcast. Originally, it was going to be 4 to 6, and we would finish off the Showtime arc, but number 6 isn't even out yet. I don't think it comes out until the 19th or maybe even the 26th of August, so we're going to wait on that. And how we're going to do it is we're going to bookend issues 6 and 7, so we're going to end one arc and then begin the next new arc in one podcast. So that's how that's going to go. For you Showtime Synergy podcast listeners, for listening to our cartoon reviews, editing is in full swing. I've got episode 11 ready to go. Episodes 12 through 15 will be coming out as well. So that's back on track. I had a little snag with the editing for a while for that, but that's, plus my mom passed away and all that. So, but that's coming back in full swing. So you'll have this episode, and then you'll have Showtime Synergy episode 11, where we talked about Aztec Enchantment and 2 other episodes. I can't remember them off the top of my head. So that's what's going on there. Hopefully sometime possibly after we record the issue 6 and 7 podcast, we can get Kelly Thompson on here to do an interview with her. So that'll be kind of cool. So that's what's going to go on there. Aimee, what do you got coming up? You got any wreck and rule deals people might want to take advantage of, or no?
I really don't. I'm sorry. I'm focusing on family right now. School's starting in the next 24 hours, so I'm...
Yay!
Yes, it's a yay, but I'm so behind on everything, and it's about time to get them back into school so I can, get some sanity back.
Yeah, too many camping trips this year.
Oh, the camping trips were great. It's just too many road trips, or, well, not road trips, too many work trips for my adorable husband.
Yes. What about you, Nicole? What you got going on?
Just headed out to auto assembly, so
Yeah.
report if anything goes on there. Besides that, who knows? Just follow my Twitter. Things like Aimee, things are kind of crazy around here. So
Coming up next inside the Full Bag, we will be wrecking and ruling, because we're going to cover Last Stand of the Wreckers to be getting ready for Sins of the Wreckers, the new series that was announced this year at San Diego Comic-Con by Nick Roche. So we're going to make a last stand before we start sinning. Make your greatest game in the comics, and we will catch you next time.
aloha.
Bye!
Show's over, Synergy.
You've just heard the latest episode of The Pull Bag, the GCRN's comic review and discussion podcast. There are several ways to get in touch with us and leave feedback for the show. You can visit the website, geekcastradio.com, where you can comment on the episode and all of our different podcasts. You can rate our show on iTunes. Be sure to leave us feedback. Call the voicemail line, 502-526-5821. Please remember to tell us the show you are leaving the message for, and your name. Become a fan of us on Facebook by searching Geekcast Radio Network. Send us an email feedback at geekcastradio.com. Follow us on Twitter at geekcastradio. So until next time, make your great escape into comics and unleash the geek in you.